You're listening to the Loving Your Own Soul podcast, and I'm your host, Britt Olson. Guided by my own intuition, my intention is to deliver genuine conversations centered around health and wellness, spirituality, self-expression, and culture. In this space, I will provide you with real-life stories, theories, and inspiring perspectives to help you uncover and tap into your own true potential. I'm so grateful you've chosen to tune in with me on this mindful exploration to living a more fluid life through a deeper connection to the soul. Now let's dive into today's journey. Welcome to the Loving Your Own Soul Weekly Digest. If you're new around here, I'm Britt Olson, and I am so grateful to have you here. Every Thursday, I will digest and decode a different health and wellness, spiritual, trending, or cultural topic so that you can better understand and feel more on trend in the ever-changing world we live in. This week, I will be giving you the download on what is health coaching and its benefits to our community, as well as a little detail to my own modern holistic wellness style of coaching. As always, please do not forget that I am not a trained medical professional, and while I am certified through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, I do not claim to be an expert in any of these areas. Our weekly digest episodes simply stemmed from theories, research from qualified field professionals, and my own findings and opinions on the areas we discuss. For any specific questions or topics you'd like to see on here, do feel free to connect with me on Instagram, shoot me a DM at Loving Your Own Soul. Now let's dive in. So, health coaching, holistic wellness, alternative medicine, etc., terms I'm sure you have all heard before, and it can be also quite a debated topic in our current world. So I did just want to provide really a little light on this area. Hopefully you will learn something new or at least gain a better understanding of this topic. Multiple reasons that I did want to chat about this, but one of the things that came to my attention recently, my husband was having a conversation. He's in sales with a customer of his, and, normally, what does your wife do? What's your family like? Etc., etc. And he explained, she's a holistic health and wellness coach. And the individual responded, she's one of those people who doesn't believe in medicine. What? Wrong. Completely wrong. I 1000% believe in it and strongly believe that we need both Eastern and Western medicine philosophies to truly help the world go round. There is space for each, and each just holds its own area. So Eastern medicine, Western medicine, alternative healing modalities, they each play a very specific role and have a time and place for when they are needed. If you are listening and that's what you've thought too, or you have a similar notion surrounding this topic, no judgment whatsoever. We are all 8 billion individuals inhabiting one rock, so each of us will always have our own perspective. However, before jumping to conclusions or assumptions, I really just do always encourage everyone to do their own research, look for the facts, and always just walk through life with an open curiosity. Also, one other thing. If you are not familiar with the definition of the term holistic, I'm just going to look that up really quick for us so that you can get, so that I can say, and you can also receive just the specific definition per the dictionary. So philosophically, holistic means characterized by comprehension of the parts of something as intimately interconnected and explicable only by reference to the whole. Or the definition, when used in a medical reference term, is holistic is characterized by the treatment of the whole person, taking into account mental and social factors rather than just the symptoms of a disease. What that means, full picture, whole body, whole person approach. Simple as that. That's it. And again, no judgment here. I'm just making sure that you look at the facts and form your own perspective to things in life. And if you feel called, give it the Google. But more specifically, let's chat about health coaching. So if you're not familiar, I was certified through IIN, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And if after this episode, if you are still interested in maybe learning more about IIN specifically, or possibly thinking about getting your own certification, definitely let me know. I would love to chat with you. Shoot me a DM. It's honestly a life-changing program, whether you use it professionally or personally. it's the best. To that point as well, there are multiple ways to get your health coach's certification. However, I found IIN to be the one that made sense for me. It was highly accredited, and just from an intuitive perspective, I really clicked and resonated with it. Kind of, like when you're applying to college, I'm sure many of you found a specific school that you really resonated with. That was what IIN was for me in getting this additional accreditation to my education. So if you are not familiar, IIN, again, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, is a holistic health and nutrition school focused on training health coaches to change lives, including our own. The Institute for Integrative Nutrition was founded in 1992 by Joshua Rosenthal and was once a small classroom of passionate students in New York City, but has since now grown to be the largest nutrition school in the world. It carries an innovative online learning platform and has actually conducted a global learning experience for over 100,000 students and graduates in over 150 countries worldwide. Super cool. The IIN program is holistic in that they encourage treating the whole person in regards to health and wellness. Students are exposed to more than 100 different dietary theories to discover the importance of high-quality, nutrient-dense foods. And while good dietary nutrition helps build the foundation for wellness, it's not the only pillar. One of the core principles at IIN is that nutrition extends far beyond the food. Nutrition comprises all things that nourish the body. So this right here is why I resonated so deeply with IIN, because I firmly believe our health and wellness is so much more than what we eat. And really, my experience at IIN, I think it was so life-changing, or more just kind of empowering and validating, was that they were teaching everything that I strongly believed in and resonated with, what I find to be true. So integrative nutrition health coaches are trained to help clients nourish themselves with the primary foods of life, including spirituality, career, physical activity, and relationships. Research actually continues to support the use of lifestyle change involving exercise, spiritual practice, diet, and other behaviors for conditions such as chronic stress, weight loss, migraine headaches, constipation, arthritis, and so many others. So yeah, that is IIN. And now specifically a health coach. What does a health coach do, right? So a health coach really guides conversations to allow clients to explore the areas they feel they need attention. We make recommendations for basic health supportive behavior changes. Health coaches encourage clients to adapt healthy behavior changes and to hold themselves accountable for their choices while supporting them in those decisions. So it's really like having an accountability partner who is also a neutral source, a source of information, and has your best interest in mind. A health coach will recommend that clients consult their doctor or medical practitioner before changing a medication, making major dietary changes, starting a new fitness routine, or making any potentially harmful behavior changes. This one is key because, consult your doctor. You'll hear me say it over and over again. Choose your best interest, use your knowledge. You know yourself better than anyone. So if somebody ever tells you something and you're unsure of it, just consult your doctor or someone you trust. It's as easy as that. To that point, health coaches will also refer individuals to the appropriate medical professional or proper treatment of medical issues. Not here to diagnose or prescribe things. So with health coaching, obviously, yes. And for those of you who know me and my style, we do a lot with food and nutrition and things like that. So many people ask me, what's the difference in a health coach and a nutritionist or a registered dietitian? Number one, health coaches focus on more than just one area of your health and can be just a little more flexible, so to say. Really, many people, don't have necessarily intensive medical conditions, but really just need guidance with their health. So this support doesn't always have to come from a nutritionist or registered dietitian, especially when often what people really just need is accountability and coaching to implement changes. So health coaches, they know how to live in a healthy manner, incorporate healthy foods and exercise, and help people find balance. Health coaches work in an ongoing coaching plan to support client goals. And while dietary nutrition is discussed, there's a larger focus on non-food forms of nourishment like career, relationships, physical activity, and spirituality. They assess a client's overall well-being, and together will really just come up with recommendations to help enact basic health supportive modifications. I also think it's interesting. I love acupuncture. I think it's phenomenal. Again, I think it's just a great tool to have in your wheelhouse, a really good healing modality to use as it pertains to wellness. But with so many of my own health coaching clients, and this is a little bit different, I'm going off on a tangent here, but so many of them have had their own acupuncturist be the ones recommending their supplements and health changes and all these things. And I just think that's really, really interesting. Obviously, I don't know if they have other credentials under their belt. However, so many clients who have started working with me have also had their acupuncturist who's the one making recommendations to me, to them. So I don't know, kind of interesting. Anyway, though, another question that I'm commonly asked is, what is the difference in a health coach and a life coach? Such a good question. So a life coach is an advisor who helps clients achieve goals by working through problems and making decisions. Like health coaching, life coaching involves examining a client's life right now to identify obstacles or challenges to living a fulfilled life, and then choosing a course of action. So both professions are rooted in the belief that clients already have many of the answers to their questions and simply need guidance on discovering those answers. However, while life coaches have general training in a wide variety of areas, trained health coaches, specifically those from IIN, receive intensive training and specialize in aspects of life that impact a person's health. For instance, like an integrative nutrition health coach focuses on nutrition, physical activity, relationships, career, and spirituality, as these elements can really be the impact markers of health, such as stress, weight, and energy levels. And the relationship between food and lifestyle and how they both affect health is the primary focus of a health coach. Nothing against life coaches. I have many friends that are. Again, I'm not disregarding any of the professions that are out there. I'm just simply trying to highlight what a health coach is and the difference in some of the other professions, because I know it can just get a little bit muddied, but there really is space for everyone, which is super cool. Okay, so one final thing I get asked is, how is a health coach different from therapists, psychologists, and mental health professionals? I love these questions. It's funny how they all kind of like overlap, but they're so common, which is why I wanted to do this episode, because a lot of us don't really know. Anyway, so while health coaches, therapists, psychologists, and other mental health professionals all specialize in listening, their approaches to working with clients really kind of differ. So unlike a therapist who uses mental health tools to analyze, diagnose, and treat mental health behaviors, a health coach simply serves as an active and supportive listener, really utilizing core coaching skills to ask questions that allow clients to discover their own challenges and solutions. So while a therapist often explores one's past to examine unhealthy thought patterns and influences, a health coach really focuses primarily on the present and the future. A health coach will also highlight clients' strengths and help them to make immediate lifestyle changes in order to better work toward their goals. So I hope that clarified for you guys and made sense, and hopefully can just clear the air a little bit on this area. Once again, if you have questions, definitely reach out, shoot me a DM. I would love to chat with you. So earlier I spoke about the little Western medicine example, and Western medicine is really a perfect example of how health coaches can work hand in hand with traditional medicine. So for instance, an individual gets diagnosed with a chronic illness or an autoimmune disease. Their doctor and medical team, they diagnose them, they prescribe certain medications. You're, coming in for weekly or monthly visits, do your blood draws, check your labs, etc., etc. However, instead of just leaving it then and there, in an ideal world, they would say, we don't want you to be on these medications for life, so we are going to refer you to this health coach or wellness coach, both the same thing, who is going to work with you and analyze your diet, your lifestyle, what factors are affecting your health, such as your exercise, spiritual or religious practices, your stress levels, your sleep, how much fun you're having, what you're eating, maybe recommend some different herbs, your water consumption, etc., 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 so that you can eventually get off of these medications or reduce the amount that you're on them and really get back to cultivating a better lifestyle so that we don't fall prey to some of these conditions. Simple as that. As well, health coaching might be for somebody who doesn't have a chronic illness diagnosis, so to say, but they simply know that they have a hormone imbalance. Something has happened with their female cycle and it has become irregular, or they haven't had it lately. And, there's a lot of inflammation in the body. So inflammation is really the root cause to every disease and pretty much all medical conditions. Looking at that, maybe you need to analyze, again, your lifestyle, what you're eating, your habits, what changes can be made. Change is possible for everyone. No matter where you are today, you can change. I promise you that. So for hormone imbalances, if someone is having gut health issues or changes in bowels, whether it's constipation, diarrhea, bloating, digestive distress, even if you've been given a diagnosis and you think maybe there is something out there that can help me in addition to this prescription medication, that is where a health coach would come in. If you know you need to make a change but have no clue how to do it, you could be eating healthier, yet you still aren't doing it, that is where a health coach would come into play. Even if you have hit burnout and you're stressed, you don't know what to do as it pertains to your career or financial situation, or even relationships with others, relationships with yourself. You have energy level problems. You don't sleep well, or you're always exhausted. It really goes on and on and on and on and on. Or you just have an underlying, some message is telling you that something's not going on well right now and you're not sure what to do. A health coach would be a great person to help you. So it's really like an accountability buddy. It's a neutral source. They're going to have your best interest in mind. They might challenge you. And a health coach always believes that you already hold the answers inside of you. You just need help pulling them out. So the health coach simply is the person who guides, but you are really the one taking action and making changes. It's fun. I did mention that my specific coaching is a little bit different, and a couple reasons for that. Number one, I don't believe in labels, and I will assist you in any and all areas that you feel called. Of course, I will make recommendations and shed some light on certain areas, but I will support you no matter where you are. If you're someone who you want to eat meat and you think meat is the answer to your problems, I will guide you through that process. I will also make recommendations just because it's always important to see both sides of the spectrum. I will encourage you to maybe do something different that you haven't done before, just to try it. Doesn't hurt to try things. I believe in eating carbs. Carbs are really healthy for you. There's a lot of research behind that. However, if you want to try low carb because you've never done it before, I will assist you with that. Anything new that you want to try. Like I said, I don't believe in labels. I really believe in taking an intuitive approach. And I do help to, really kind of navigate through cravings and emotions and really make sure that we're making decisions at a sound level from the heart, from the body, not from the mind. I have also spent extensive time and studying in the areas of plant-based lifestyles, herbs, the powers of nature, stress cycles, sleep, hydration, movement, all of that, as well as hormones and gut health and adrenals and liver and thyroid. So those are just some specific areas. That's not the end all be all. And I also have a traditional background in marketing and PR and a business-oriented background. So if that is a specific area you really want to focus on and you feel called, that's a big piece of the puzzle as well. And I am well equipped to chat all those areas with you and really help you, have some accountability, do some time management exercises, help get you to your goals and really set proper intention underneath of your goals. I also believe that we've made our world far more complicated than it needs to be. So I literally work to strip things back to the very beginning We live a technological advanced world, and it is super cool. There's so many fun things out there. I personally love trying the new products and all that's out there. However, but honestly, health and wellness and living your best life possible is so much more simple than you know and what we've been told that it is. So I really just strip it all back to the beginning of where we've come from. Nature is key. Really, it's as simple as that. If you take anything from this, just, make nature your priority and things will shift. I do go back into the past a little bit, just in looking at your own timeline, just in order to understand, what stress or events you may still be holding on to, what happened in childhood, what's brought you to where you sit today. We kind of piece together a timeline, really just to get a better and closer to understanding the root cause. Don't believe in band-aids, and energy is everything. I do take a spiritual approach as well. I know that stress gets stuck in the body, and stress can manifest as disease. It's as simple as that. So again, getting to the root cause, reducing inflammation, it's important. And like I said, it doesn't have to be so complicated. For instance, so I don't believe in band-aids. So this week I cut my finger chopping vegetables, really cut it. I did a number on it. I had to stop. I was definitely not cutting safely. I was rushing and kind of trying to hurry. And yes, so I needed to stop the bleeding, find a band-aid, get cleaned up, etc. However, what I did was, instead of then just rushing back and continuing to chop vegetables, I looked at the problem. Why did I cut my finger? What can I do differently to course correct? Can I do something different? Obviously, what I did wasn't working because I cut myself. So what can I do differently? And I completed the stress cycle. I didn't go right back to the cutting board. I took some breaths, stepped outside. It's kind of scary. Your adrenaline kind of pumps when you cut your finger or have an accident, make a mistake. So complete that stress cycle. Your stress has been heightened. Let's lower it back down. Let's balance it all out. Took a breath, went outside, came back, course corrected what I needed to do. That's all it takes for your health. I am also a highly intuitive and spiritual person, so oftentimes in my coaching sessions, I may receive messages for you or use my intuition and kind of will say things maybe to my clients that aren't always explainable. However, it's really what gets the magic going. I also believe in leaning towards love and not fear, and really work to shift your energy, rebalance, and crowd things out. So it's not just about removing from your life, it's really just about replacing. So if you have a sweet tooth, perfectly normal. However, let's look at how much fruit are you really eating? Can you eat more fruit? Our bodies thrive off of natural sugars and nutrients found in fruit, not the fake sugar. So it's just crucial that we look at the whole picture, and it's not a bad thing to have a sweet tooth. It probably means that you're not getting enough natural sugar that our bodies naturally need to thrive off of. Utilizing natural sugar, not the fake stuff. Don't be scared of eating a whole banana if you're someone who consumes 2 to 3 glasses of wine every night. Look at the sugar here, people. Last but not least, I trust and know that I don't hold all the answers, nor may I be the best guide for you. We really adjust as needed, and if I don't think I'm right for you, I will refer you to someone else to help you find the guide, teacher, or resource that can best support you on this journey. There is so much space for all of us, and not all of us are meant to hold relationships together all the time or at certain parts of time. I'm all about win-win situations, and honestly, it's just so crucial that we honor that. As a generator, human design, what I know to be true is that if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, and there's nothing in between. So I will leave you with that. If you are interested in learning more, I would love to chat, or you can also check out my modern holistic wellness company, Ambu, to see my offerings, programs, and the like. I do offer free 45-minute discovery calls where I can learn about you, answer some questions, and give you some tips on ways you can better your health and overall well-being. Shoot me a message and let's connect, whether at Loving Your Own Soul or my other account at Ambu Wellness. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in here today, and I look forward to continuing the journey with you again soon.